Taking the time to have a chat with me, my friend.
Thank you. Nice to chat with you.
Hey, how you all going? It's Jai, that Aussie metal guy here with Crank.com. We're that metal station, and tonight, wherever you are in the world, I'm having a chat with Tomi K from Finnish heavy metal legends Amorphis, who are due to release the Halo album, which winds out the trilogy, on 11th of February. It's the 14th studio album, and it is an absolutely spectacular album, one of the best I've heard so far in the year. I know it's early, but it's an amazing album.
Thank you very much. That's nice to hear. It's always very exciting when the album is about to come out, and like other people are can have opportunity to like it or not like it. So it's exciting times.
Yeah, and it's over 31 years. 31 years now, is it, of Amorphis? It's an unreal time. Could you have seen yourself here when you first started?
No way. That was like couldn't even imagine that would be like our job in the future or something. But it was just so small underground scene, and it was just like what you do when you're young. And of course that was what we wanted to do, but we never believed that we would still doing that after 30 years. You know, when you're 17 anyway, people who were 25 years old, they seem like very old and enough. Not to mention, like, we would still doing this when we're about 50 years old. So, you know.
Yeah, it's been an amazing career, and you would have seen the changes and watching people now, like when you were saying you were first starting out, and now you've got people coming in and bringing their kids to the metal concerts and, you know, and following on in the line as well.
Yeah, exactly. But it's been like you never know what's happening. So now it feels like unreal if we're doing this when we're 60, but you never know. Probably we are. So
yeah, exactly. And
there is good.
It is very good
examples.
Yeah, exactly, Tomi. And the mythology and the stories go hand in hand for Amorphis and your sound. What's that process like? And in particular, what was that process like for making this album?
This is the Pekka Kainulan did the lyrics again, as always, and it's kind of like his versions of this Kalevala mythic stories, but it's like his own stuff, and he haven't opened it too much to us either. So we have like trust to ourselves, trust like between each other. So nowadays we can trust that he's delivering like text that fits to our music very well.
So when did you start working on this album?
I think everybody started little by little, like after Queen of Time was released, like normally, like doing some home demos and some ideas, rough ideas. But like we started to record this like 1 year ago, and I think everybody started like real composing like in the summer 2020. And of course we weren't too busy because of the pandemic, so I guess everybody had like more time to focus on composing and arrangements and stuff like that. So this was very important to us to have it like that we have we are recording an album during these pandemic times. Otherwise we would just sit and chilling like 2 years. So this was very important to us as well.
Yeah, and the whole process would have been fairly impacted by, like you're saying, by COVID. How did that affect it all when it came to the recording process?
Yeah, exactly. And I think this, we also recorded in Helsinki, like instead of going to Sweden.
Yeah.
So we had much more like loose time between the takes, and you know, the studio where is like 10 minutes walk from my home, so it was much more relaxing and easy going like the studio time this time. So
yeah, that would have been a lot more relaxing for you being closer to home and then just being able to head down for a change as well. So it actually probably worked out all right for you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Can you tell me a little bit about the guitars and the setup you used for this album?
Yes, Yes, I mainly used, I have one old Gibson Les Paul. It's I think it's 87, but I have had it since, was it 91 years, and I played every album we had with that guitar. Not the whole album every time, but at least like some of the parts. So I still use the same guitar, and also use my ESPs for some parts, and like very basic stuff. And we used actually Meshuggah amp for my rhythm guitars, but Jens reamped everything anyway, like he always does in Sweden. So I have no idea actually where my sound in this album came from. I have to ask it from Jens.
Yeah, no. I really enjoyed the first three singles as well. So when there's the opportunity come up to have a chat with you about it, I was really excited. Can we talk about the first three singles, starting with the first track that come off, the first track off the album, which is the Northwoods one?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that will be released same time as the album. Of course, naturally, but there will be some I don't know if it's lyric video. I haven't seen it actually, but some kind of visual video anyway.
Yep.
So I think that's good package for promotion, like these three songs, and they are same time three first songs of the album. So there is a lot of journey to go after those songs as well if you buy the album.
Oh, most definitely. Can you tell me a little bit about the song On the Dark Waters? That was an amazing song, and the film clip to go with it was cool as hell.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's one little bit more uplifting tempos of our songs. So it's always nice to play that song, and the video making was actually not that fun. We spent one day in cold forest, and without anything near. So that wasn't that funny. Plus those strange clothes, which were we felt like Michelin guys or something.
Yeah.
But it turned out good, I think. We know that the director, he has done some past videos to us, so he's a good friend of ours as well. So it was very easygoing session after all. So, but just waiting for the play these songs live. This is what we all are just waiting for now. And then it really feels that you have a new album out when you got to play those songs real.
Yeah, you must really be hanging like so many bands, really looking forward to being able to play live. And I know you guys had a couple of tours cancelled and changed around, and it must really be frustrating in this current climate, when you're really keen to get on the road and play these albums as well.
It is at first it felt a little bit because we have toured that much, we're always on tour normally. So at first it felt okay, this is mini holiday. I'm gonna think it that way, and now I can chill out and concentrate to normal things what my friends are doing in normal time, going to cabin and fishing or whatever, spending time with my kids more and things like this. But then it started to be after 1 year it was okay, now it's over, and then we have the album making process, so that helped. But now if this continues, I really don't know what to think. So that's been rough. Yes, 2 years already. To everyone, I mean everyone in the world, but the musicians. In my case, I can talk about us. So it's not easy thing.
Yeah, it's hard, and the people don't realise what it goes into making and putting a tour. And I've seen some, that it's not you guys. It's all these different regulations in different countries. Sometimes it's easier to go tour somewhere else because the regulations are a little bit easier for you guys to go and play. And that being said, April 13th, you're kicking off the Halo North American tour.
Yes, I keep my fingers crossed that it will happen. So far, it's not cancelled, and it looks like it's gonna happen. But I'm learning to be a little skeptic nowadays for some reason. But we have 2 months time, and I'm just hopefully it will happen. And then we have summer festivals and European tour in autumn, and hopefully after that, like Australia and Asia and things like this. But we'll see where the board is like in that moment.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I'm hoping it gets back to normal. I did start this year, Tomi, with a lot of optimism about how things are going, and I'm slowly changing, but I'm still trying to be as optimistic as I can, because I'd love to see you guys down under, and it's going to give people, I suppose, a good month to get the album into their head and be able to sing along to the song, so when you do get there and play live, they've got it in their head, and they can still go out and buy some sick vinyl. The vinyls for this look amazing as well.
Oh yeah, we haven't get the copies yet, so I'm waiting for see. Like I started to collect the vinyls as well, like a few years ago. Again, I mean, and I like vinyls. That's like the real format to me, and can't wait to see the format of this the Halo vinyl.
Oh yeah,
probably gonna see it today or tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, and the artwork is unreal on vinyl. I'm like 41 now, so it's much better for my eyes having these big, pictures on there. And it was something I picked up through the COVID. Like, I'm like, you know what, my mum had a huge vinyl collection, so I'm like, I'm just going to go buy a record collection and started buying vinyl in place of being able to go to shows because bands weren't touring.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Have you got a...
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Have you got a favourite off of the album, mate?
Excuse me?
Have you got a favourite track off of the album?
Oh, favorite track. It changes all the time, and normally when we start to play those live, then it's like, it's different, like you get to know the songs differently. But so far, I like The Moon, I like The Wolf. It's hard to say. I like every song of this album. I could imagine to play like every one of them like live, but time will show which one will be like my favorites.
Yeah. Once you get in there and you get that reaction off of the crowd, I suppose, and that's going to create some memories. What's one of the biggest thing you're really missing about getting out there and playing live now you've had this break?
Well, the traveling part is not like what I'm enjoying that much. I mean, I love to go to new places. I love to go places, but the traveling itself, like sitting in a small van in 4 hours from the airport to festival, that's what I don't miss nowadays. But I miss to go like different places and meeting fans, meeting people, and of course the shows itself. They like that's like the salt of this doing this. Like this is it's biggest part of making music, I think, to have live shows. So you can't replace that with streaming gigs or anything like that. So I would say the shows itself are the biggest thing to me.
Yeah, they are, especially these days. The whole show behind it's not just the streaming; it's getting along and seeing these shows. Like I'm hanging to see Amorphis. I can't wait till you guys get over here. And there's so many other bands that have dropped albums the last couple of years that I just cannot wait to go see live.
Yeah, I hope people would like to find this thing again. I don't know if some of people like they stay in that like scary feeling, like they don't want to go to public venues, or I don't know what's going to happen. I hope it will be like when this disease is over somewhere, that people are like eagering to go to live shows, and everything would be like back to normal. Because of course there is a lot of when bands are just postponing the tours and shows, so when world is open, like there will be live music every day, so every night somewhere, in every city, I think, because everybody has those postponed shows. So I hope there will be enough people for those.
Yeah, that's it, and that's what makes it so important for people to go along and buy albums. You love Amorphis, you know, you can't go to shows, go buy the album, and it supports the band as they get, you know, as they try and get on the road, because a big part of it is playing live these days, you know, because you're getting fuck all for the streaming. You're not getting looked after by any of the streaming platforms. You're basically playing live, you know, to reach those fans, because it's hard to tell, and you don't really get that till you get on stage, and that's probably another big thing that you're really why you're looking forward to that as well.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, and that's like nowadays, now when album is coming out and we don't have that live show feeling that we see how people are reacting to new songs or how many people there are in the audience or anything like that. So only thing right now counts to us, like we are just like want to see how the critics are and how the album is moving and or selling, and I don't know, it's strange times when you don't like have straight to say it like album releasing shows or anything like that. It's you just keep on doing what you are doing. An album is just coming out. It's somehow very awkward feeling.
Yeah, it is an awkward feeling. I can't wait to get myself some vinyl as well, Tomi. This has been an absolute pleasure, my friend. Do you have any last words and shout-outs before we sign out?
Thanks for this interview, and I hopefully we will see. We've only been in Australia once, and that was so great, and that we are always pushing our agent that we have to come back there soon, so hopefully it will happen with this album. And meanwhile, take care and stay healthy.
Awesome, my friend. Hope to see you sometime soon down under. You have a lovely evening. Thank you.
You too. Thanks. Yeah,
thanks, mate.
Thank you.